What's up you guys, it's Joseph, and this morning I was going to take the trigger out of this lower, but I figured before I do that I might as well do a little comparison between three AR triggers that I have. Those would be in this lower, this is a PSA or Palmetto State Armory EPT, so the enhanced polished trigger, and in this lower, a CMMG lower, Banshee lower, this is a BCM PNT. So this is a polished nickel Teflon, and in this kind of like a Mark 12 clone, I have a Geissele SSA-E, and that's super semi-automatic enhanced. I do understand that these are like in three very different categories for triggers, but I saw another video doing a comparison between the EPT and the PNT, and I just wanted to do a little bit of a comparison myself. I'll start off with doing a couple pulls with the pull scale, and then after that I'm going to do a couple pulls to up close in the camera to show you the take up and the break and the reset, and then finally I'll take the triggers out of the guns, and so you can kind of get a close-up comparison between what they all look like when they're out of the lowers. Obviously I've cleared all the guns on the table, so let's start with the PA15 PSA EPT trigger. So take it off safe. And I'm going to pull from the middle and straight backward. Okay, so that was at 6 3/4. Let's do one more time. Hopefully you can see I'm pulling from the middle. And that time it was at 6.5 pounds. Sorry, one thing I forgot to mention though is that this PSA EPT is brand new, and so I just bought this lower on September 13th and it hasn't been fired yet, so absolutely no break-in. I haven't been dry firing it, but this BCM PNT and the Geissele have both had between like 200 and 300 rounds through them, so they're a little bit broken in. So there's that. Alright, let's do the pull on the Banshee. Okay, so that was at 5 pounds and almost 6 pounds, right under 6 pounds. Again, pulling from the middle of the trigger, straight backward. And that time it was about 6.5 pounds. Close up of the BCM pull. Almost no take up, no creep I mean, a clean break. Nice reset. There you go. Close up of the EPT pull. A little bit of creep. Reset is about the same as the BCM, but there is a tiny bit more creep, I would say, in the pull itself. Not as crisp or not as fast to break as the BCM. Finally, let's do the pull on the Geissele. So, let's take it off safe. That was at 3.5 pounds. Wow, just like the box says. Reset. Again, is that clear? Right at 3.5 pounds. Close up of the pull. Incredibly light. Okay, absolutely no take up, immediate break, reset. So really no comparison between the Geissele SSA-E and the other two. But this one does cost a lot more than the other two do. All three triggers are out, and in my left hand I have the BCM PNT, and in my right is the EPT. The feels of the triggers themselves is almost identical. Looking at all the surfaces is pretty close. Markings are different. On the BCM there's 2 stars. This one has 2 S's. The spring is colored differently, so this is just gray. This one is a green spring. On the other side, BCM has a 2 on it, and this one also has a 2 on it. The disc connectors also look almost identical. One thing I did notice is that when I lined up the holes on the BCM, pushing down does not take as much force as it does in the EPT. So the spring is heavier in the EPT trigger. Looking at the hammers, they also feel identical. Left side of the BCM has a 3 on it. So very well done copy. And a star and an S, and then 2 S's. And yeah, I guess I couldn't say off the bat one is a higher quality than the other one, but there might be some difference in durability, like down the road, how they wear. That could be something that's different between them. Comparing the BCM and the Geissele, just totally different designs, because the Geissele is a 2-stage trigger, which means that there is some weight in the take-up, and then the other portion of the weight of the trigger is in the actual brake, so you can stage the trigger if you like. Here's a little bit closer look at the BCM, the Geissele. And on the trigger itself, it does say Super Semi-Automatic Enhanced. Alright, well, that's about it. If you guys have any questions, oh yes, and when I took these out, I did not have to remove the safeties from the lowers, so it was just popping the pins and working them out. Any questions, you can put them in the comments and I'll get to you eventually, probably. And if you like the video, like, subscribe, and share. Alright, talk to you guys later.